There's also the available auto start stop that. Use the handle.
This is what happens when shows and commercials procreate together. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most shameless TV product placements.
The mask doesn't look so good with glasses over it. AccuView to the rescue.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at cases of embedded marketing, where TV shows shoved a product in the audience's face without an ounce of subtlety.
No, come on, Jack, we're not doing that. We're not compromising the integrity of the show to sell.
Wow, this is Diet Snapple?
I know, it tastes just like regular Snapple, doesn't it?
Number 10, CoverGirl, Riverdale. There's a reason why the ladies of Riverdale always look like they're ready for a photo shoot. CoverGirl is one of the show's most prominent sponsors, with their cosmetics constantly popping up.
Seduce Scarlet doesn't suit you, dear.
The third episode even features a scene where Betty tries on Seduce Scarlet lipstick to signify her transition into a bad girl.
Here, pink perfection.
As if that's not blatant enough, her controlling mother suggests using pink perfection instead. In another episode, the camera actually shifts away from Josie to give us a totally unnecessary close-up of a tube of mascara. This product placement couldn't be more in your face if a CoverGirl sales rep literally reached out of the television and gave you a free beauty sample. Number 9. Ziploc, The Biggest Loser. According to a 2008 Nielsen Media Research report, The Biggest Loser had more product placement than any other broadcast show, with over 6,000 plugs. Whereas some of the products at least tied into this reality show's weight loss theme, others came off as unbelievably forced. Ziploc being the most infamous example.
The best thing about Ziploc containers is that they're a perfect size.
Bob Harper and the contestants laughably explain how Ziploc containers work, as if the audience really needed a tutorial. They additionally note that Ziploc is great for carrying 100-calorie snacks. Here's the thing though, many 100-calorie snacks already come in travel-friendly pouches, making Ziploc pointless here. On top of that, a piece of cake can fit inside a Ziploc container just as easily.
These Ziploc brand containers are going to help you through that.
Number 8. Various Days of Our Lives. Soap manufacturers actually helped coin the term soap opera, as they used to sponsor radio dramas.
And studies show that eating Cheerios can lower your cholesterol, so gonna give it a shot.
Well, sounds great to me.
While product placement has always been a staple of daytime television, Days of Our Lives took things to a new low around 2009 or 2010, promoting everything from Chex Mix to Wanchai Ferry Chinese food. On multiple occasions, characters also stopped to talk about the health benefits and delicious taste of Cheerios.
And since they have whole grain and only 1 gram of sugar, which is excellent for swimsuit season.
Seriously, how can the audience get caught up in all the melodrama when people are flirting over a box of breakfast cereal? Stephen Colbert even poked fun at the lack of subtlety here, suggesting that the long-running series was desperate for money after several other soaps got canceled.
So bravo, soaps, for putting the cereal back in serial drama.
Number 7. Ford Fusion, New Girl. This vehicle has been featured on New Girl so many times it's practically a recurring character. On one occasion, Outside Dave compliments Coach on his new Ford Fusion.
Loving the new Ford Fusion. They don't stink at all. Nice.
Another episode takes place at an auto show where a 2013 Ford Fusion is displayed. Granted, this does amount to a pretty hilarious bit of slapstick as Jess tries to navigate around a rotating platform in high heels.
The hybrid gets 47 miles to the gallon.
It is hard to get past the announcer listing off all the car's features, though. There was also that time when Coach compared the Ford Fusion to a limousine.
We're never gonna get in. We're not even in a limo.
Excuse me, we're in a Ford Fusion, the best car ever made. It gets double the gas mileage of the AM.
It's worth mentioning that the latter episode premiered after the Super Bowl, which is practically synonymous with car commercials. Number 6. McDonald's, The Bachelor. In a season 20 episode of this reality show, Bachelor Ben takes Amanda on a romantic date to McDonald's.
Hi, Amanda, you're beautiful.
Isn't she?
Yep, because nothing screams eternal love quite like Mickey D's. Ben claims he wants to do something normal while visiting his hometown, but he's not fooling anyone.
And I'm gonna have an egg McMuffin.
Product placement is clearly at work here, reminding viewers that McDonald's serves breakfast all day now. So feel free to have an Egg McMuffin for dinner. The couple also gets behind the counter and operates the drive-thru window. Because the only thing more glamorous than eating at McDonald's is working at McDonald's while on a date.
Did I just get the whole fry back?
Hey, who needs caviar and champagne when you can just share a fry? Number 5. PlayStation Vita, House of Cards. This Netflix series is no stranger to product placement, often showcasing Apple devices. However, the most obvious plug occurred in Season 1, as Frank Underwood pays Peter Russo a visit.
Is that a PS Vita?
Before they get down to business, Frank takes notice of Peter's PS Vita and very blatantly asks him about it. To be fair, it is established that Frank likes to play video games, so it makes sense that he'd take an interest in this handheld console.
I ought to get one of these for the car.
However, that doesn't excuse the fact that this moment comes out of nowhere, has no bearing on the plot, and basically feels like a drive-by advertisement. We wouldn't be surprised if Sony funded Frank's re-election campaign. Number 4. Microsoft Surface, 90210. As much as we complain about product placement, embedded marketing doesn't have to come off as forced. Since people are constantly on tablet computers in real life, television writers can very naturally work a product like the Microsoft Surface into a scene without cramming it down our throats.
And when we Skype, you can make it stand up with a kickstand like that.
Unfortunately, this episode of 90210 takes a more direct approach, hammering home how amazing the device is. When the camera isn't zooming in on the touchscreen, the characters are talking about the tablet's many features. Hell, some of the features they prattle on about aren't even that impressive.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, why don't you just take the gift back, give it to somebody who cares?
Skype might have been innovative 10 years ago, but video telephony is commonplace now. The gift of Skype isn't worth much. Number 3. Stride Gum, Smallville. The IHOP battle from Man of Steel isn't the only time Superman has been associated with shameless product placement. In its 7th and arguably worst season, Smallville basically dedicated an entire episode to Stride Gum. The brand name is plastered everywhere. One sequence actually takes place in a Stride Gum factory.
The promoter needs some gum and I'm fresh out. You got any?
At the center of everything is a ridiculous storyline where kryptonite-laced gum turns Pete Ross into a stretchy meteor freak. Not only is this false advertising, it doesn't even portray Stride in a positive light, since Pete caused numerous problems with his new powers. Speaking of Pete, this was his last appearance on the show, sending him off on the weakest note possible. Number 2. Toyota Bones. The Deschanel family is well versed on the subject of product placement. Where Zoe plugged the Ford Fusion on New Girl, Emily has acted as a spokesperson for Toyota on Bones. In a particularly distracting instance, the plot is put on hold so Bones can demonstrate her car's intelligent parking assist. Sure, it's a cool feature for those who never learned how to parallel park, but Booth and Sweets act like they just met Kit from Knight Rider.
How'd you do that? It's called intelligent parking assist. The car guides itself into the parking spot.
Wow, look at that, huh?
Does it solve murders?
In another episode, Angela swerves off course to discuss the Toyota Sienna and its backup camera, which she literally calls the invention of the century.
Backup camera thing is like the invention of the century.
There's praising a product, and then there's building it up as the greatest thing since sliced bread. Before we get to our top pick, here are some dishonorable mentions.
Your cell. I gotta use your cell. I gotta call home.
No service here. Should have gone with Sprint.
Good scotch sits in a charcoal barrel for 12 years. Very good scotch gets smoked for 29 years. Johnny Walker Blue is 60-year-old scotch.
Number 1. Subway Hawaii 5-0. Subway sandwiches have been needlessly inserted into a lot of movies and TV shows. This episode of Hawaii 5-0 went beyond subliminal advertising, however, essentially becoming a full-blown commercial for Subway. Actually, the scene's almost long enough to fill an ad spot.
But the best thing about it, they make it anywhere you want it.
Chowing down on a footlong, Kamakona endorses Subway for offering such varied menu items. He also notes what a healthy choice Subway is, although we're not sure eating 5 footlongs is the most effective diet. Worst of all, Kamakona briefly mentions Jared Fogle and his extreme weight loss.
And that boy was large.
As if the shameless product placement didn't already make things awkward enough, Jared's later legal troubles only add to this scene's uncomfortable nature.
Turkey BLT, bam! There's some serious culinary fusion.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.